friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing my Reading Rush TBR. If you don't know, the Reading Rush is a readathon that is hosted annually, and this year it will be July 22nd through the 28th. And this is probably the most well-known readathon. It was formerly the Booktubathon, but now it is the Reading Rush, so that it feels more inclusive for people who don't necessarily have a booktube, because everyone can participate. The basic goal is to read as much as possible. There are 7 different prompts plus a challenge to read 7 books, and then there are daily challenges that you can complete. Knowing how I've been doing with reading and videoing and everything, I think I'll probably do one every other day video, but I will try to do daily videos. We'll see how it goes. The prompts this year are a book with purple on the cover, read a book in the same spot. So that means whatever book you choose, you have to read that book in the same spot every time you pick it up. Read a book that you wanted to read in 2018 but never got to. Read a book with a non-human main character. Read a book with 5 or more words in the title. Read a book that is an author's first work. And read a book that is also a movie adaptation and then watch said adaptation. And then of course there is the challenge to read all 7 books. So I'm just going to go through what I have picked. So for the book with purple on the cover, my goal is to read Sorcery of Thorns. I keep saying it as Thrones and I don't know why. Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. And this is a story about a girl who is assigned to guard this very ancient book that kind of comes to life and has its own magic. And somehow it escapes and she is blamed or framed for the escape of this book, and she has to align herself with one of her enemies, a sorcerer, and together they are on this quest to get the book back. For a book in the same spot, my goal is to read Dengeki Daisy Volume 4. For this I chose a very short manga just because if I'm gonna be stuck in the same spot, I want it to be as quick as possible. And honestly, I'll probably just read this in the bathtub because I always love reading short books like this in the bathtub. The next prompt is a book that you wanted to read in 2018 but never got to. And for this, I chose The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. This is the story that is also the movie adaptation of Descendants, which is on Disney Channel with Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson. Yeah, the second that movie came out and I saw the concept, I wanted to pick up this book and read it. So I think that came out a while ago, so I wanted to read this for longer than 2018, but it's been on my TBR for a while. The next book I'm hoping to pick up is for a book with a non-human main character, and for this I chose The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. And this has, in the synopsis, it says, a boy who seems to fade like smoke appears outside her home. And honestly, if someone appears like smoke, I'm gonna guess that they're at least not all the way human. So I'm counting that as non-human. The next book is an author's first work, and this was a debut by Joan and it is Descendant of the Crane. I tried to read this a few months ago, couldn't get into it, but I haven't returned it to the library yet, so I'm gonna still try to read it. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Next is a book with 5 or more words in the title. For this, I chose The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis, and this tells the story of what it means to be female from several different perspectives, and it's from like a girl who lost her sister to a really brutal murder, the star athlete at a high school, someone who is religious but maybe doesn't completely agree with those rules of religion and those kind of things. It's just a really interesting look into what it means to be female from what I've gathered. Obviously I haven't read it yet, but that will be maybe there. The last book is the book to movie adaptation, and for this I chose To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. And as you all know, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the movie came out on Netflix last year, so I've already watched it once, but it was a really good movie, so I wouldn't mind watching it again. So those are 7 books I have chosen, but I don't think I'm gonna get them all done, just to be honest. I just have them chosen in case, but I do have all the prompts covered in 2 books, so here's the 2 books. Near Witch by V.E. Schwab covers author's first work, because this is, even though it just re-released this year, this is actually her first work. The non-human aspect, it also has purple on the cover, so that's 3 prompts covered. And the other is The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. This covers the book to movie adaptation, the title with 5 or more words, and the book I wanted to read in 2018. So between those two, I have 6 prompts covered, and then I can read either one in the same spot every time I pick it up. So that's all 7 prompts covered in these 2 books. So I'm definitely going to be reading these 2, and then hopefully I'll make it to the others, but we'll see. So that is my TBR for the reading rush. Let me know what yours is down below, and let me know if I do finish these 2, which of the other 5 should I definitely pick up next. And I cannot wait to see how this goes. I hope I'll be doing daily vlogs for it, but we'll just come to it as we come to it, I guess. But thank you so much for watching this video. I will check in with you guys in my next one. Bye!